I can ensure by the proposals we will come up with as Social Democrats, we can install tax justice in EU.
That is the promise from Jeppe Kofod, who has had enough of companies avoiding paying taxes, like for example Starbucks, which is currently under investigations by the EU Commission. Jeppe Kofod himself is a member of the Parliament's newly established Special Committee on Tax Rulings, which will make their own investigations on corporate tax avoidance and come up with proposals on how to solve the issue.
We expect clear legislative proposals. For me, I would like to see a minimum tax that all companies pay, not a minimum tax which is de facto around zero today, but a much higher minimum tax for companies. And above that minimum, of course, countries can decide how much corporate tax they want to put on the companies.
Companies only pay taxes of their profits, and by making a minimum tax rate, Jeppe Kofod hopes that will stop companies from moving profits from one country to another.
This is about justice, tax justice. I mean, if a company have an income and a profit in Denmark, for example, it should be obliged to pay tax of that profit in Denmark, not transfer the profit to, for example, Luxembourg and then avoid paying tax to the Danish society. So in that practice, it's actually de facto cheating the Danish population for their legitimate tax income that could finance hospitals, schools, our welfare society. So these kind of tax competition and aggressive tax planning has to stop.
The Special Committee on Tax Rulings that Jeppe Kofod is a member of will investigate tax rulings from all 28 member states way back to 1991. However, Jeppe Kofod does not believe that there is a need for making such a thorough investigation, since the tax avoidance is already well documented.
We know the problem. We have others that have documented the problem for years. It's not new to us. We don't need to investigate more really, but we need to come up with the right legislative proposal to once for all end tax injustice.
Jeppe Kofod is hopeful that the committee's work will be welcomed by the parties in the parliament and by the member states.
We succeeded previously to end the bank secrecy with Luxembourg and Austria, for example. They said okay to end that. So we have moved some way, but I think we have a momentum right now, and I'm sure we will do everything as Social Democrat to once for all to have tax justice in Europe.
The committee expects to have proposals ready in 6 months' time. Until then, the money you pay for your morning coffee at Starbucks may end up in Luxembourg or one of Europe's other tax havens, for the benefit of Starbucks, but not for the benefit of your country.